It is safe to say that the movies like Chucky, Annabelle, and The Conjuring have made people absolutely terrified of dolls. They're supposed to be harmless toys that get us through our childhood. However, some of these toys are housing spirits that refuse to leave. Spirits that are hell-bent on traumatizing and perhaps even torturing their owners. So today on Top 5 Scary Videos, I'm going to be counting down our list of the top 5 scary haunted toys caught moving on camera. Before we begin though, be sure to stick around until the end of the video where I'll be responding to some of your comments. And with that, let's jump in. Coming in at number 5, Possessed Barbie. When we think of Barbies, we think of some of our first toys, the ones we would spend hours with in our rooms creating stories and making them make out. Come on, we all did it, wasn't just me. Anyway, for the most part, Barbies are designed the same, designed to be beautiful with unrealistic body shapes. However, they are not made to look like Chucky. There is quite literally nothing scary about a Barbie unless you had a younger sibling who cut all the hair off, which often happened, and if you did have that, I'm really sorry. That was until this video surfaced, which showed a young girl playing with 2 Barbie dolls on her bed. She seems to be having the best time. That is until a male voice calls out to her, and when she responds, one of the dolls in her hands very quickly turns its head to look at her. The girl is clearly petrified and throws the dolls before falling backwards. I mean, just take a look. The entire thing is distressing.
Sara, vem comer!
Tá bom!
Coming in at number 4, Haunted Birthday Doll. In this creepy video, a teenager can be seen holding a large doll. However, the cute clip soon turns nightmarish when the doll's head spins towards the girl's face, almost looking directly at her. Now, I should preface by saying that the doll appears to be a quinceañera doll, which is often gifted to girls on their 15th birthday, and are dressed to look similar to the birthday girl. It is to mark the last doll the girl will ever receive before officially becoming a woman. Anyway, this poor girl clearly received some kind of hellish nightmare, because her birthday doll came to life. Prior to it moving, the girl who was speaking Spanish says something along the lines of the doll being ugly, which is just downright cruel and upsetting, resulting in the doll turning its head and staring at the girl like, what the f did you just say? The girl is obviously freaked out and throws the doll down in pure terror. Worse still, unlike a lot of videos about toys coming to life, there is no humor in this one. No laughing, no grin, no smirk, just pure horror and fear in the eyes of the young girl.
Bueno, aquí les presentamos a la muñeca de Bessie que se la regalaron a sus 15 años. No manches, mira.
Coming in at number 3, Evil Possessed Doll. First and foremost, the doll in this video is bad news from the start, and it honestly doesn't surprise me that it might be possessed, because just looking at it sends shivers down my spine. It actually kind of looks like me, to be honest. The doll has a face as white as mine, which is quite the accomplishment, and long dark black hair with matching outfit. It is placed in the corner of the room just next to the little girl, sitting and staring off into the distance with some kind of red object, which I think is a candle, placed in front of her. Anyway, it seems the doll might have some jealousy issues, don't we all? Because in the video, the mother who is filming asks her daughter about her new toy, which the girl refers to as Lovable. Now, this was a huge mistake, because as soon as she does that, the creepy doll in the background begins to raise its arm. And as soon as it does this, the candle thing placed in front of it begins to roll away. This is absolutely terrifying because the girl seems utterly unaware of what is unfolding behind her. And worse still, no one is even close to touching the doll, meaning it is moving of its own accord. Like I said before, I think the creepy doll has some jealousy issues and isn't too happy that her owner has a new doll friend. Honestly, I would have burned the doll as soon as I saw this video. But to be fair, I wouldn't have bought that doll. It's creepy as fuck.
What's his name? Lovable. Lovable? Sure his name isn't like Fred or Henry?
Coming in at number 2, we have Haunted Doll Moves. I think it's safe to say that there really isn't anything much creepier than a spooky looking old doll, am I right? Especially a lot of them. I've never trusted anyone who collects dolls. I've actually never trusted anyone who collects anything, and I'm sorry if that's you. However, one woman had a ton of old and terrifying looking dolls stored in one room of her home. On one particular day, she decided to film those dolls for a video, and she certainly got more than she bargained for. To begin, the camera pans, and we're forced to stare at each individual doll, which is spooky enough. However, one doll does something that honestly makes me never want to leave my house again. At around the 48-second mark, one of the dolls definitely moves. It's quick, but it's there. When we reach one of the baby-looking dolls, its arm quickly goes from a raised position to moving down to its side. You even hear the noise to go along with it. It happens so quickly that you almost think it could be a trick of the light or that your mind made it up, but it happens. Just Take a look. Trust me. And finally, coming in at number 1, we have Haunted Puppet. One creepy puppet who was said to have choked its former owner was filmed back in 2015 moving inside a sealed glass container in the dead of night. Yep, that's right, the puppet was caught freely moving on its own accord. Paranormal investigator Jane Harris recorded the puppet every night for almost 3 months, after its previous owner claimed it tried to choke him to death. However, what she discovered after reviewing the footage was absolutely terrifying. Night vision footage shows the puppets operating across, slowly moving upright before crashing into the sealed box glass panes. Jane went on to state, I quote, "I've never had anything as exciting as this. I've caught pictures of mists, orbs, and shadows, but nothing as physical as this video evidence. Normally you expect to see an orb or a shadow, but as soon as I saw a bit of movement and a glint from the metal hooks, it made me jump and I knew we'd recorded something important." She went on to state that, "We've always kept the puppet in a sealed, blessed cabinet, as it's a safe zone. It also means we can keep our experiments as controlled as possible. The cabinet has no doors, so you would have to physically lift all 4 sides and the base off to move it. There are not any holes or space for anything to sneak in there." The footage has convinced her that there could be, in fact, a spirit associated with the puppet. The puppet's former owner, John, inherited the puppet in the 60s following the death of his father, and he claims to have experienced minor haunting experiences which built up to one evening where he believes the spirit attached to the puppet was choking him. I quote, "I cleared out all of my dad's belongings apart from the puppet, which I left on the drawer by my bed for some reason, and that night it felt like I was being choked. I was wide awake in bed and I thought I saw a shadow move from one side of the window to the other, and was worried something was trying to scare us. Then, without warning, my throat suddenly went really tight. I've never had anyone's hands around my throat before, so it was really scary. While I was choking, I tried to wake my wife, and when she came around, I remember looking straight at the puppet sitting on the drawers near our bed and realizing it was him." That's absolutely terrifying. Well, there we have it. Do you guys agree with our list? Were there any haunted toys that we missed? Leave us all your thoughts and feelings in the comments down below. Perhaps we can do a part 2. Before I go though, I just want to respond to a few comments from one of our last videos. Top 5 scary horror movies that are haunted. St. Dan in a nutshell said, "Every time I watch a top 5 scary list about movies, I always learn something new. Thank you." Well, Dan, you're very, very welcome. I'm here to educate all of you in some way or another. I try anyway. Hey Now 79 said, "Anyone else subbed to this channel because of Queen Lucy? I did just because of how she pronounced tomatoes." Well, respect, thank you for subbing, but I also say other words, not just tomatoes. But I do say tomatoes a lot, so respect. JP said, "Meeting Lucy causes death." No, just kidding. Well, JP, you clearly haven't met me because you're still alive. But honestly, no. I'm purely innocent. Can't you tell? Thorin693 said, "All hail Lucy, the pale goddess, she who rules them all." Thank you. Please only refer to me as that. That is my official title. I will die with that title. Put that on my gravestone. And on that note, if you haven't already, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another scary vid. And until next time, see you later.